there you have it, guys. This is the new Honda HR-V. This is the hybrid version. Now there are another 3 versions that run the 1.8 litre engine, and that one they have 3 grades. The base spec is the E spec, which is retailing at 108,800. Then there is the V spec, which is selling for 118,800. And of course the RS, which is the top spec with a lot of goodies, retails for 124,800. Now the HR-V hybrid is spec the same as the base E spec generally, and it has an additional item, which is the hybrid system. All right, so what else is different? So this is the hybrid version of the HR-V, and you can tell the difference because it has the word hybrid on it at the side and also at the rear. We'll see the rear one later. Now this model has got a different engine. Okay, it's a 1.5 litre engine, and it pulls all of 132 PS. Now that is 10 PS less than the 1.8 litre version, but it has an electric motor that is part of the hybrid system. And what we're going to do is we're going to open the bonnet. Opening the bonnet is down here. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at the engine. Okay, the bonnet needs to have this thing fitted on. Okay, here's the engine. This is a 1.5 litre double overhead cam engine that's built by Honda, and this one is slightly different in build from the 1.8. The 1.8 litre engine is a single overhead cam, but this one is a double overhead cam. As you can see here, 2 camshafts, one on this side, one on that side, and it's also direct injection. All right, so it's, of course, it's all aluminum, and so despite the smaller cc, it is only 10 PS down on power versus the 1.8, but somewhere down there, it's hard to see, but there is a dual clutch transmission with the electric motor, and this is what the hybrid system is about. So this car can run either fully electric, and for your information, it starts off in full electric mode, and then if it requires, the engine will start and it will power together with the electric motor to give a combined power of, there's no figure stated, well, the electric motor is 29.5 horsepower, the engine is 132 PS, and the engine itself gives 156 Newton meters of torque, while the electric motor provides 160 Newton meters of torque. Now the total torque, as stated by Honda, is 190, so I suppose that's what is the combined torque, and compared to the 1.8 litre engine, that one provides 142 PS and 172 Newton meters of torque. So for the hybrid system, under full power with the motor and the engine running together, you get 190 Newton meters of torque, which is actually higher. So with a 7-speed DCT, it's a special DCT, yeah, and the electric motor is also attached to it. But this car can run either fully electric or combination. Okay, so, and always starts off in electric mode, as I said. Fuel consumption, anything between 15 to 25 or 30 kilometers per liter, depending on how you drive. There is also an eco mode, and in eco mode it drives even better. Okay, in terms of wheels, These are alloys and they are 17-inch. Okay, brakes are discs with ventilated discs in front, and suspension is McPherson strut in the front, and at the back you get a set of solid discs and a torsion beam. Of course, there's a shock absorber there too, and this setup is not bad. Okay, here's looking at it from the back. It looks just as handsome as all the other HRVs. In fact, this is one of the best looking small SUVs you can find. As you all know, or some of you may know, this is built on the same platform as the Jazz, but they have managed to make it look so different. And at the back, you can see the hybrid. This is what tells it apart from the others. Okay, so this is the rear view, and it looks pretty good. So let's take a quick look at the back since we are here. The rear opens normally. Now this is the rear part. There's plenty of room for luggage, and there's a tonneau cover here. Okay, it's not actually a tonneau cover, it's just a cover that it slides in and out, and it helps you to keep your things private. Now please note, because of the hybrid system, there is no spare tire. Yeah, there is a emergency repair kit for you. So there's no electric switch for the rear. You have to open and close it with your hands, and that's the rear reverse camera there. And of course, there's a rear wiper. Over at the top, there is this little roof spoiler, and there is the shark fin antenna. Okay, so where are the door handles at the back? It's here. Okay, now Honda have built this car quite well. They look at man maximum, machine minimum. Yeah, and this is the rear. That is the position of my normal sitting position. I'm average height, and here I'm going to sit inside the car, and this is the amount of leg room that you can get. So there's a good 8 to 10 inches of space between my legs and the seat, and of course there is that little hole there for you to put your shoes. Now there's no rear aircon blower. Seats are half leather. This part is leather, and then this is the fabric, and then there's leather again. Same at the top here, leather, okay, and fabric in the center. Now this one is called the Ultra seat. Okay, it's going to be difficult to get this done because of the camera angle, but I'm going to lift this up. There you are. You can lift this up, and then to lock it, you put your hand down. Okay, I have locked the seat up, and voila, look at that. There is so much space for you to put tall things. Yeah, so this is called the Ultra seat. Both sides can be done the same way. So to put it down, you pull out this lever. This is the lever to lock it up. Unlock it, and you drop the seat, and there you are. That's the Ultra seat. So it's pretty neat. And here's the next part. Okay, this seats split and fold, and let's see what happens. It folds flat. So if we go to the other side and we do it, this is what happens. Now this is what Honda means by man maximum, machine minimum. So the entire back end folds flat, and you can actually put a bicycle or two inside. So you take off this flap. Okay, this is the cover. That's a bag for things. So that is the cover for the bag. It's just a little lightweight one. And look at this, you have the entire back portion of the vehicle flat, okay, and that is a very fantastic thing for carrying luggage. Okay, let's get into the car. First, I'm going to show you something. I'm locking the car. This is the key fob, yeah. I've locked the car, and we're going to put the key in my pocket. We're going to walk to the car, and I'm going to put my hand on the, okay, the door opens by itself, and I'm in. Okay, so looking at it from here, you can see the half leather seats are continued to the front. It's the same as the front as in the back. The seats are mechanical, yeah. The control is for the height and for the rake, and for the seat direction forward or aft is that lever down there at the bottom, that bar. And over here you have the econ button, yeah, econ button, and also the traction control. This is the parking sensor, and this is your headlight leveler, which is manual. Okay, on the steering you get, this is about 13.5 inches steering, and you get steering controls. You have your cruise control here, and also your source program, and also your up and down to toggle. Okay, now let's get into the car, and we're going to start the engine. But before we do that, I'm going to slide the seat back a bit so you can see better. And we're going to press, you don't need the key, just press the power. And it says, everything starts, it says ready to drive, but there's no sound. Why? There's no sound because you are now in electric mode, and if you drove now, the car will start off as an electric car first. But if the electric power goes down, if it's not sufficient, then the engine will start. Okay, and so we'll wait for that to happen. There's a toggle switch at the bottom here, and if I press on it, you get to see the screen on the right change. Okay, that gives you the fuel consumption and your range, and then what speeds you drove at, and this is the driving monitor that helps you to drive in the eco style. And then you have your clock adjust, and this is the electrical circuit or your hybrid circuit that tells you what's happening to your car, and this is your ref counter. Okay, so this car doesn't have a regular ref counter, that's all you get. It's a little digital readout. Okay, so the meter for the speedo is round, and on the left you also get the indicator of whether your battery is powering the car or your battery is being charged. At the top here, just peeping over the top edge, are the shift pedals. You can see it here. That's the plus button, and the minus button is on this side, the black button, yeah. This is to allow you to shift gears manually. Okay, the engine just started, okay, because the battery level has dropped and the engine has started. It is now charging the engine. So if you look at the screen again, you can see, let's see, yeah, so you can see the green part, the engine at the top is charging the battery at the bottom. The aircon vents are quite well placed. The two that you can see there on the left and right of the steering is for the driver, and on the left is that long louver for the passenger. And there are 3 sections. You can see 2 sections are made to point up towards the passenger, and the left hand side one you can shift it up and down. Okay, so one of the highlights of the cabin, of course, is this is the 6.8 inch infotainment that also carries the reverse camera, and it's a touch screen. And this is also the touch screen digital controls for the aircon. It's very nice and easy to use. And of course, there's your power button. They don't call it a stop-start button because it's like an electrical switch. When you turn it on, the engine doesn't start. Okay. Then this is what they call the high deck console, center console, which Honda is very proud of. They made it high. You notice it's not low, yeah? It's made high so you can put your hand on it, you can rest your arm on it, so it becomes a good armrest. And the gear lever is a very short little stick, and it's not really a gear lever. You have to pull to the right and up to shift to reverse, then you pull right and down to go into drive, and there's a low gear for you to use if you're carrying a very heavy load. But this is what you call a drive by wire. There's no physical connection. It's like a little controller on your PlayStation. And of course there is the sport button, and this is the parking brake, and behind the parking brake is the brake hold. Brake hold works like auto hold. And of course really back here there are two drink holders, and you can actually put it down or up to have more space. Okay, so that's the key down there, so you can do it like this, and you can put bigger bottle. Okay, here's an additional storage compartment underneath the center console, and it also houses a power outlet. And behind there's another small little cubby hole for you to put little stuff inside. The seats are half leather for the HR-V hybrid. This is the same seats, or these are the same seats as what you see in the E grade or the base grade. I suppose this is a costing exercise to keep the cost reasonable. Okay, so that's it for the interior. So there you have it, guys and girls. This is the Honda HR-V hybrid. Hope you like our presentation. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.